it's LordShaedow on the mic. I play to win, never to lose. In the contest of champions, I'm the one they choose. Swipe, tap, my moves are slick. Dexterity more heavily, I dodge quick. Class champ, I'm the master of the game. Cosmic science, skill tech mutant I claim. Arena and chill grind, that's how I roll. No stress, no drama, just on patrol. In the fight, I'm swift, my tactics are tight. LordShaedow's in the arena, ready to ignite. From the streets to the screen, my skills are renowned. In the world of Marvel, I'm the king crown. So listen up, here's the story of the champ. LordShaedow's the name, I'm the grind.
Hey everyone, Shadow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So in this video, we're going to be going through Act 9.4.5, and I'm going to show you the path that I think is the easiest path for your completion, and that's going to be the Tech and Mystic path. Now, we're going to look at the buff that we have to deal with, and what you want to focus on is the weapon. What does the weapon do? When you are evaluating all of these different paths, this is what you want to do. Look at what the weapon does, and if it's something that you can deal with, if they can, still have the weapon, then you don't have to worry about the disarming and capturing the weapon or anything like that. You can just go ahead and fight and ignore the node. However, if that weapon does something that you don't want to deal with, then you're going to want to disarm them and capture the weapon. So for this path, what the weapon does is when you're hitting into the block or blocking a hit, the opponent gains a placebo buff for 20 seconds. Activating a special attack inflicts a 15-second soul bar passive, and the potency is equal to 15% of the champion's base attack per level of the special attack. Potency is reduced by 50% if the weapon is on the defender. Okay, so that isn't that bad. Okay, if they have the weapon, you don't want them hitting into your block or, blocking anything. Okay, you don't want to block their attacks at all. Okay, so if you're blocking and they hit into your block, you're going to get the placebo buff on you. And if you block any of their hits, you're going to get that placebo buff, and the next time the opponent fires off a special, you're going to get a soul barb and take a lot of damage. Okay, so to make your life easier, I suggest that you disarm them. And how do you do that on this path? You just parry. That's it. Easy. So you parry them, they lose the weapon. Okay. Now, while the defender is disarmed, they're going to be gaining power every second. 1% of their max power every second. And their specials are going to be unblockable. So you probably don't want to do the entire fight with them disarmed, although you could. Now, to capture the weapon so that you will have the powers of the weapon, you want to knock them down while they're in a corner. Now, if you've been watching me fighting here, you'll see that I'm going through it pretty quickly. Some champions, you don't have to worry about that node. You can just go ahead and you're going to be doing so much damage and you can just rip them up. Okay? Not a big deal. And if you can evade their specials, it doesn't matter if their specials are passively unblockable or not. Okay? And I love Onslaught for this pack. All right? So you see I parried here. Disarmed them. Now they're disarmed, but you see the power is gaining. But you see I'm able to evade her specials. And I want to get her in that corner and knock her down. And it can be very annoying because they're going to do that. So there we go. Finally, I got her. Okay. No, wait. I didn't get her yet. Hold on. And I think at this point, I just said, you know what? Forget it. Because it's really annoying. They have to be in the corner and you knock them down. There we go. Now, you see the green icon. That means I have the weapon. So if I want to put a soul barb on her, all I got to do is hit into her block. Okay? Get the placebos on. And then when I fire the special, she's going to get the soul barb. And the fight's over. Now, whether I got the weapon or not, Onslaught was going to tear that fight up anyway. Okay, so that is pretty much the fight. There are some things you might want to be aware of. You also have to deal with combat deja vu. It's not really anything I would be too concerned with, but if you land the same basic attack twice in a row, they get a 50% prowess. But that's not a really big deal if you are playing this right, but something that I wanted to mention. And they are immune to Nullify, Stagger, Fate Seal, Buff Immunity, Neutralize. And I must say that we're probably going to see that a lot more because we have Nico. Nico and Black Widow Clairvoyant. We're going to see either the node or the champions are going to have an immunity to buff immunity. Because that's what you're dealing with here. And so, like, for example, I could have run this with Nico, and once you fire off her special 2 or you use the pre-fight, you can take away all the buffs a champion has. And this is how they stop it. Just give them immunity to buff immunity. So just be aware of that. It's annoying, but it's not that bad. Okay? So anyway, that is the way that you will be doing this path. If you want to play the node, you parry them, disarm them, okay, like that, and then you got to push them into that corner. That's what you got to do. And that can be a pain, especially when they decide to get real crazy with it. Look at this. Look at this, man. It's a little tricky to try to get them in the corner to knock them down if they are super aggressive all of a sudden. Okay? You see, look at this. I hit her twice. And it did not do it. Okay, so now she's in the corner. Look at this. I'm like, what is going on? Okay? I don't know. So I was sitting there like, what? I should have just ignored it and just fought. And if I get the opportunity, do it. So if you're going through this and you see that, you got them in the corner and you're firing it off, it might be because they have the weapon and you have to disarm them again. Or you don't quite have them in the corner and they're being very aggressive to keep you out of the corner, keep themselves out of the corner. Okay? So the champs that are good with this, I would think, are those that have good, long, heavy attacks. Now, Deathless Thanos, if you have him, it's great. Okay? Now, see what I did right there? Use the counter punch. All right? And still. Okay, now she's got the weapon back. She fired the special. And you see all my health just going away? That's why you don't want him to have that weapon. Okay? And I'm still trying to do it. Still trying to do it. But it's just not working. So that can be a problem. I don't know whether I'm just getting the timing wrong or the spacing is just really weird. But if you find yourself firing heavy attacks and it just doesn't seem to be working, just fight him. And ignore the node. But I actually like the weapon disarm capture mechanic. It can be fun, but it depends on what the weapon does and how you have to disarm them and capture it. Those are the things you want to look at. Some of the other paths, you have one where you're going to get a pierce passive when hitting into the block, when you have the weapon, which means while they have the weapon, they're going to get the pierce. Now, you may find that path easier to deal with than this one. Are you enjoying the video? Smash that like button. Do you want to see more? Hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you will get notified when I drop new videos. If you want to support me further, join me on Patreon. You'll also have access to all of my social media. None of them were difficult. So on, let's see, I'll give you a quick rundown here of the other paths. So the path here with science and mutant. When activating a special attack, inflict a non-stacking power sting. Let me tell you, that is so annoying. So basically, to disarm them, you just have to dodge their specials. That'll disarm them. And then while they're disarmed, you just have to knock them down. But the catch is that while they are disarmed, they're stun immune while they're dashing. So you just have to get either reparry or something to get them down. But that one wasn't too difficult either. If you think you can manage that, you got the champs that can do that. Awesome. Again, Deathless Thanos would work just fine there. All right. Okay. Now, we are here at the boss. And the easiest boss to me is, wait for it, Aegon. So let's look at Aegon's, and we'll show that up as well. The biggest thing is the can't stop, won't stop. Anytime I see that, I think of Juggernaut. Juggernaut makes this particular fight so easy. But what can't stop, won't stop means is that they're going to be taking less damage unless you're unstoppable. And Juggernaut, as you know, gets that unstoppable like crazy. There's also a brawl where every 10 seconds, both of you are going to be unstoppable. So that means even if you go in with a champion that doesn't normally get unstoppable, you're going to get it every 10 seconds, but both of you are. Now, they're immune to slow, so you can't stop their unstoppable with the slow. But if you punish the special attack, you're going to get a grit passive for 10 seconds. Okay? Now, Juggernaut don't need to worry about all that. Okay? He's unstoppable, but boom. See there? I got the grit. Didn't need it, but I got the grit. The grit is going to allow you to hit them while they're unstoppable, as if they weren't unstoppable. Okay? So, if you have another champion that you want to bring in, if they have a grit passive like, let me see. There's a couple of people. Dust gets a grit when she's in Sandstorm. And Chilif, I know, gets a grit when she is, after she fires her special 1. And I think Beta Ray Bill also gets a grit, I think on his heavy. And I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to think of it on the fly here, who all gets the grit. But if you have Juggernaut, just bring him. The fight is easy with Juggernaut. You can even bring a 6-star, rank 5 ascended Juggernaut, and you'll do just fine. But if you don't have any of those champions that get grit naturally, any champion can work. Just punish the special, get the grit, and go ham, while you both are unstoppable. All right, so that is going to do it, guys. I hope this helps you out. Pretty easy boss to me, as long as you have somebody that can deal with that grit. Yeah, I don't think the other two were especially hard, but he was very easy with Juggernaut. All right, so take care, and you all have a blessed day.
Arena and chill grind, that's how he roll. No stress, no drama, just on patrol. In the fight, he's swift, his tactics be tight. LordShaedow's in the arena, ready to ignite.